starting recording. So from yesterday's continuation, okay, let's say this is your end user, okay. Uh, this is your laptop. You have joined a company, okay, and you logged in through your credentials here, okay. I will take a pen here, okay, so that I can draw here if I want, okay. Okay, this is where you have a laptop here and you have given your user credential. Company has provided you the laptop and you have logged in, okay. So after logging, what you are doing is you are connecting to a VPN, okay. This is present in Sydney VPN 01. So I have filtered all the names here, okay. Whatever you see, those are the company name here. That is why I filtered it out. Wherever you are seeing that circle, red circle, that is the company name. I have filtered it out for privacy reason, okay. So now from here you are connecting to the Sydney here or any other location where you are directly accessing the server here, okay. So now when you connect it, okay, this is your VPN, okay, secure connection. Now this connection is called perimeter network, okay. Outside network or external user, wherever you come in, okay, that we call it as perimeter, or we call this as a DMZ, okay. So demilitarized zone. Okay, this is your DMZ or your perimeter, okay. So you are filtering it out all the traffic, okay, so that you will allow only the legitimate users here, okay. Now once you have connected here, this is your VPN. So let's say this is your office laptop, okay. So now they are giving you connection, the VPN connection. Let's say you are at home now, okay. So from home you are trying to connect, okay. You need to connect it to the VPN here. So once you connect to the VPN here, the company will give you the office IP address, okay. So only if you have this connection, then it will allow. The perimeter firewall will allow. This is at the client location. So yesterday we saw, right, client is having multiple location here. Client will allow it if you are having the corporate IP address, not your personal IP address. Personal IP address is your ACT or Airtel IP address, okay. So once you connect it here to your office, then only you will be able to get the IP address, okay. Now you will get a private corporate address, okay. So once you get this, now this will allow you to go inside. Now it will authenticate. Yeah, now you are user now, okay. So here you will have servers jump host, okay. So where the customer will give the access to this jump host. So from here you access my network, okay. This will be your landing zone, okay. Once you log in here, then I will allow you to access only the servers which are allowed to access it here. I will put one more firewall. This is internal firewall, this is external firewall, okay. So you cannot access all the servers. I want to restrict you also here. So only, let's say you are having access to only 100 servers. Okay. So now you will be given access to only 100 servers. Okay. So either you access the production environment. Okay. This is your production environment. This is your non-production environment. Okay. So you have CPAM here prod. Okay. And CPAM non-prod. Okay. These are all the names also. I have filtered it out. Okay. So that is how you will be accessing the servers here. So these many layers you will be accessing this. Okay. So now I will tell you how many users accounts you will be accessing this. Okay. So from a user point of view, we will see that how many users you will be taking to complete this. Okay, let me add one more diagram here. I don't want to erase all this. I will add one more. Okay, I will get it. I have one more type of diagram here. Okay. So that is horizontal. This is vertical. Okay. Let me copy this. Home. Okay. So same. So you have filtered it out here. So now we have changed it. Okay. So once you got authenticated here. Okay. Let me take this. Okay. Once you are authenticated, now I am allowing you to either access the utility servers or my jump host. Okay. So again I am filtering it out. Only certain servers you should be able to access it through utility, and from the jump host you will be able to access through these servers. Okay. Again, if you want to access, I am giving you access from here only. Okay. So for these servers you cannot directly access. You cannot directly come here and access these servers. Okay. So these are all restricted. So you need to be coming to this channel to access it. This is how the connectivity will go in corporate. Okay. So here let's say you will have either Wipro ID, okay, or HCL or any service provider login ID and password. Okay. So here once you connect it, okay, so now you are connecting it, okay, to your perimeter network here. Okay. This is still with the customer here. Let's say this is all the layer with vendor here. Okay. Service provider. Okay. So after this, here the customer will come. Okay. You want to use the customer ID here. Okay. So they will give you the customer ID. Okay. Let's say SBD bank. Okay. So SBD bank ID they will provide you. Okay. You use the SBD username, user ID and password. Okay. So you will use the SBD user ID and password here with MFA. So once you access this, okay, now from here only you can access this. Okay. Through this you can access. Okay. So once you get this user ID, okay, your SBD user ID, so you will use this user ID to access this server. Okay. And then this server. Okay. From here you get the passwords here, whatever servers you want. Okay. So now you take the password here. Okay. So once you put that server name, it will give you the password. Okay. Then you will use your user ID, okay, and password. User ID and password. So that is how the connection will flow. The connectivity, or we call this as topology. Okay. Normally this is called a architecture here. So this is how your any company will have a connectivity at this level, like they will have a jump host or bastion host at the starting of their infrastructure, so that they will filter it out the legitimate traffic and the uh, authorized users and unauthorized users. They will filter it out. Okay, that's how the connectivity will flow. So now we will go for the supported content here. Why this came in here? Corporate connection. Okay. This is okay. This is in data center. Okay. So now we are into the VPC concept. So let me pass this. You have VMware NAT, okay, and then you have VPC here. Okay. So who has configured NAT on your laptops? So whenever you try to access, you will have a NAT IP address automatically, which will be 10.0.2.15 in your virtual box. Okay. So here you will get it. Let's say you created with VMNET NAT IP address. This is your NAT IP address. This is the VM that you have created. Let's say this is the VM IP address. Inside you have configured the IP address here. Okay. So do you have anyone virtual machines which are running on Windows 11? Do you, anyone have it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Windows VM in your virtual
In
box.
my
In your virtual box.
yes,
Okay.
virtual box.
Okay. You start that. Okay. You start one virtual box. We'll see that how you can configure. Let's say inside you have configured, okay, the IP address as 192.168.80.10. Okay. But whenever you configure, you use the VMNet as this IP address. Okay. So you are protecting this IP address. Okay. Okay.
Windows 11 also, only Windows 10,
Okay.
sir, maybe.
Okay. Which one you have?
Windows 10, sir.
Okay, no problem. It will take lot of time. Okay. So we will. I will explain you like this only here. Okay. So once you configure with VMNAT, you will be having this like this IP address. Okay. Once if you want to browse it, then you will go outside this and you will use this physical host IP address. Okay. So here you will be doing the port forwarding here. Okay. Okay. So here it will not reach to your internet. So here this your physical host, it will translate this IP address and then it will go to the outbound connection. Okay. So this is how internet will work if you are putting the NAT here. Okay. Similarly, okay. So in the VPC, okay. So let's say this VMNet 8 is a public subnet. Okay, let's say this is a public subnet. Okay, it has a route to internet gateway. Okay, So it is having a route to the internet gateway, just like your VMNet NAT services. Okay. So then it will now connect to the internet here. Okay. So this is how you are connecting to the internet here. So you see this elastic IP. So the elastic IP, EIP, this is how it will work in the AWS. So you can take public or routable IP address, and it will be mapping to private IP address inside this, like it, one to one. Okay. So I will give you one example here. Okay. Let me open up one VM here. I will open here one VM. Let me pass this. So I am using Airtel here. This will be my public IP, just like your elastic IP address in your VPC. So this will be used to access the internet here. However, if I am going inside here, so I will have a private IP address. Okay. So if you look here, okay, I will type a command so that you will know what is the IP address here. So this is 10 dot 148.10.56 IP address. Okay. So that is how you will be dealing with it. Okay. So this is how it will be going like this. So same, you have done the configuration here. Okay. If you want to access through internet gateway, if you have configured internet gateway to this, then it will reach to the outside world, or else it will not reach to the outside world. This is how your traffic will use the route to go outside. Okay. So now this is with respect to VMware workstation concept, or even your virtual box concept also. Okay. It will not give you the real IP address. It will just mask and it will go outside. Okay. So in this supported document, you have the complete detailed steps here. Whatever I have explained, you can read that, you can understand it, how that internet gateway will work. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So my computer has struck. Okay, it is not responding. That is why I have just I am just checking. Okay. So this has gone in freeze mode. Okay. So now it is allowing. Okay. So now you will see one more scenario here, VMNET. So we will see what this all is mentioned in one by one. We will see. I will go through that content, whatever is present there in the supported content. Let's see. Okay. I am starting the recording now again. Okay. So now from the scenario B, okay, both VMs have the private IP addresses. How can they reach to the outside world? So this I have explained you now. Okay, even though they are having private IP addresses which are not routable, still they are able to reach it through the through the NATing service here, okay, through NATing service, through this service it will reach to the internet here, okay. So this arrow, it will be going through the internet, okay. So here VMNET translates the private IP address into the host IP address, whatever you have it here. So I had the IP address here. Let me get that IP address, whatever I had it. What was my IP address here? Okay. So this IP address I will copy. Okay. And I will take it back to our home, paste. Okay. So this is my IP address on the physical box. Okay. So this is my IP address. Okay. 223 dot. Okay. Let me use the pen here. Okay. This will be 223 dot 237 dot 174 dot 34. Okay. So with this IP address, so let's say this is my IP address 10 dot what is this IP address? 10 dot 148 dot 10 dot 56. Okay. 10 dot 148 10 dot 148 dot 58 dot 10. Let's say this is the IP address. This is not internet routable. Okay. So here the VMware NAT is doing this translation and it is going through this. So through this green you are seeing this. So this is reaching that. Okay. That is how the connection is working. As per the documentation I am explaining you. Okay. So you don't need to do any configuration. So if you have an internet gateway, that will directly go to that. Okay. So that will be your outbound. Outbound means going outside. Okay. Inbound means it is coming inside. Okay. So inbound traffic. Okay. So let's say we'll erase this all. Okay. So red color, whatever you are seeing, that is your inbound traffic. Okay. Which is incoming traffic. You cannot directly reach it from the to this VM. Okay. Whatever I have VM here inside, nobody can reach me like this. Okay. What it will do, it will get the information on my computer or your laptop, then it will do that port forwarding. Okay. So port forwarding means whatever that information is coming here, it will do that, it will give that information to inside. So then you will receive it. Okay. So this is your inbound connection. This is your you are getting this inbound, and this is the outbound connection. Okay. So let's say you are going through this now on the VPC part. Okay. So same you will have this here. Okay. So you will have a routing table here 0.0.0./0. Okay. Means everything whatever is coming inside, okay, it will go to the internet gateway. Okay. This will make it like a public here. Okay. So now everything will go outside. By default it will go outside if you have connected to internet gateway. Okay. So now your outbound traffic Okay, you see the outbound green arrow, okay, which is going to the internet. It will automatically, once you connect to the internet gateway, now your VM is publicly accessible now. Okay, just like our VMNET services, it will be publicly accessible if you connect to the internet gateway. Okay, so now your inbound traffic, okay, which is in green arrow here, okay, so you cannot receive this with this IP address. Okay, so what Amazon will do, it will give you the public IP address or elastic IP address. So we will see what is elastic IP address. Okay, so you will have a public IP address here. So this public IP address, it will receive that IP address and it will forward it. Okay, so you are getting this information, you take it. Just like a courier boy, he will be giving this on behalf of this particular VM. Okay, if someone wants to access this from outside, then they will be accessing this public IP address or elastic IP address. Okay, so now, so we are seeing this similarity between VMNet 8 NAT services, and here you are doing it with the public subnet. Okay, so network segment with internet route here. Okay, you have internet route, that is why you are able to reach to the internet here. Okay, so VMNAT service is, okay, so it is like a internet gateway here, okay, which will give you outbound internet access. So if this is not there, you cannot reach to the internet now. So here also, if you are not using VMNAT, if you are using host only network, this will not go outside. Okay, that is how it works. Okay, so then you have here port forwarding. Okay, so you are doing the port forwarding here, enables the inbound access. Okay, this your IP address, public IP address, it will give you the inbound access. Here also your host is giving you the access, inbound access. Okay, so let's say what is the difference between how VMware handles inbound access versus AWS. So let's say this is one question, how you are able to access it from VMware and how the AWS is accessing. Okay, so here VMware AWS uses the elastic IP address one-to-one mapping. Okay, all are allowed, whatever you give it, I am going to send it to this IP address. This is just like one-to-one mapping. Until unless they are rebooted, I will be assigned to this VM. That is how AWS will assign it. Okay, so that public IP address will be one-to-one mapping. Everything whatever you give it, it will take. Okay, so whereas here in VMware, it will take that request on particular port. Okay, then it will forward to the other VM. Inside that VM, it will forward. So this is how VMware Workstation and VPC will work, public subnet. Okay, so let's say one more question here. Okay, let's say if I remove the port forwarding rule here in VMware, okay, can the VM still reach the internet? Okay, so let's say you are removing the inbound connection. Okay, so incoming it will not be able to reach, but your outgoing you can go outside. Okay, you can be able to do the outbound traffic. You can access the internet here, but you cannot access this server from outside, because the incoming you have stopped the port forwarding. Okay, so this inbound is different and outbound is different. Okay. So here let's say you are removing the public IP address here. If you remove public IP address, you cannot access it from outside, right? We all are silent.
Yes.
I am just starting the recording now again. Okay. So now let's say we have one more question here. Okay. Why does AWS use elastic IP instead of just port forwarding? Why can't it use like this? Okay. So here the problem is here I am getting the public IP address here. Okay. That is why I am using the port forwarding here. Okay. So here elastic IP or your public IP will give the permanent public identity to this server. Okay. So if you are inside this, okay, then you can access. Okay. Let's say I will create one more thing here. So just now we were discussing from 2 days on this topic. Okay. Let me extend this. Okay. Let me extend this VPC. Okay. Still not. Okay. So I have extended this. Okay. So I have one jump host here. Okay. This is my jump host, or I can call this as bastion host. Okay. So if I access this bastion host, I can access all the servers, because I will get the private IP address, means this IP address I will get. So this one will have public IP and private IP, both it will have. Okay. So once I get inside the bastion host, I will be able to access the entire VPC. Okay. The concept of jump host is to access everything from one single point of view. Okay. So I don't need a elastic IP or public IP to access. Okay. So in case of I have a jump host here. So that is why we will be configuring jump host here, so that we can access everything inside the VPC. Or else for every VM, okay, I need to connect it to the internet gateway. Okay. So again I need to connect to the internet gateway to reach to outside. Okay. See, if I configure only one here, okay, then I can access all these servers. Okay. So now you have, okay. So both are the difference between both is, okay, all are the fundamental concept. Okay. Private IP is for internal communication. Okay. Address translation is for your external communication. Okay. Point number 1 and point number 2. Okay. So you need to have a explicit configuration. Explicit means mandatory, you should be configuring the inbound access. If you want to access inbound, okay, so you need to specify it mandatory, or else you will not get the access here. Okay. So your internet gateway is for going outside. Okay. Only if you are giving configuring for inbound access, then only traffic will come and reaches this web server, or else it will not reach. You can go outside, but you cannot come in. Okay. So that is how your hosting a public web server solution is. Okay. So now we'll take small 5 minutes break, and then we'll come to the scenario C here. Okay. Okay. Now scenario 3 here. Okay. Scenario C. Okay. So now we are connecting multiple hosts here. Okay. So let's say we'll take this. Okay. I will expand this. So in VMware Workstation, okay, so you have VMNET 2 and VMNET 3. Okay. So for one VM, we have connected it to VMNET 2. This is the adapter, okay, which is VMNET 2 here. Okay. So for this, you have connected to VMNET 3. Okay. So let's say you call this as router VM. Okay. So you are giving the two adapters here. So for this, you have given two adapters here, 20 and 30. So now what you have done, one more adapter you have added it here. So VMNet 2 here. So can you add two adapters or not for one VM? Yeah. So you will be able to add it. You can add up to 8 or 10 adapters for one single VM. That is the max capacity of VMware. Okay. So now you have given the two adapters here to the router VM. Let's say this is your manual router. Okay. So whether you are enabling all IP forwarding, all that. So you have given one command here, so that your IP forwarding will happen. So for this, you have given only VMNet 2, only here VMNet 2. Okay, this is in 20 range and this is in 30 IP address. Okay. Now, okay, let's say I will change the color here. Okay, for the VMNet 2, this is blue color. Okay, so VMNet 3 will be the rose color here. Okay, so the connection, okay, for let's say VMNet 2, okay, blue color. Okay, you see this red line. Okay. So only with this IP address you will be able to pass the traffic to this VM. Okay, it cannot reach from this network adapter. Okay, so you have 20 IP address here, 192.168.20.0. So you are also given here the VMNet 2 adapter here. Okay, you have VMNet 2, VMNet 2 here. Okay. So that is how it is able to reach, because of the same network. Okay. So let's say you are having the same here in the VPC concept. VPC-A is your development here. Okay. VPC-B is your production. Okay. They are in two separate VPC. Means they are two separate isolated subnets. Okay, they cannot talk to each other because you have separated. Okay, so you have here instead of building a VM with two NICs here, okay, AWS has the transit gateway. Okay, you have a transit gateway. Okay, as a managed service, you can attach to A here. Okay, A and B. Then AWS handles the traffic inside this two. Okay, you don't have to give one more NIC card here. So let's say this is the VMNet 2 here, this is VMNet 3. Okay, they are two separate. Okay, if you want to talk to each other, you can add either VMNet 2 here, okay, or VMNet 3 there. So anything you can add it so that the traffic can communicate with each other. Okay, so here you are not going to add one more NIC card here, you will just add transit gateway. Once you attach it to this both VPC A and VPC B, okay, then this both will communicate with each other, or else they will not communicate. You understood or not? So you tell me whether you understood this concept here, VMNet 2, VMNet 3. I believe there is a confusion here. So it's not, you didn't got this topic clear.
No, sir.
Hmm? No, right?
Yes, sir.
Chandana? I will start recording. Okay. Do anyone have extensions? Have you seen the extensions? Okay. Like with one number, you can extend it to 2-3 people. Have you seen that?
No, sir.
Or you will call the extension, right, to office. You don't know, right, this concept also, because after mobile phone these extensions are gone. Okay. So let's take an example here. Okay, so I will take one fresh page here. Okay, so you have one VM here. Okay, you have one more VM here. You have one more VM and you have one more VM. Okay, see, I have one, two, three NIC cards here. Okay. This is having 192.168.88.5. This is having 192.168.88.7. Okay, so this is having 192.168.88.3. Okay, now this is having 192.168.88.11. Okay, so which VM will talk to each other? VM1, VM2, VM3 and So now let me know which VM can talk to each other. No answer. Okay.
Maybe everyone's are connected to each other, sir.
Everyone
That's
will talk. Yeah, that's very good. Okay. So you have the same IP range here. You see the three octets. They are in same IP address. They will talk to each other. Okay.
yes, sir.
So now I will give one more IP address here. This I am giving one IP address here. 10 dot. Okay. 10 dot 0 dot 1 dot 5. Okay. And then I am giving this here 10 dot 0 dot 1 dot 10. That's it. Which two VMs will talk now? So let's say you don't have the black interface. Okay. So only this two is having the VMNet. Okay, let's say this red color. Okay, whatever I am giving it here. This is VMNet 3. Okay. This is VMNet 2. Okay. This is VMNet 5. Okay. So now I have configured VMNet with this IP address here and here. Okay. So can I talk with VMNet 1 and VM1 and VM3? Can they talk? Using this VMNet 2 adapter. So red color is VMNet 2 adapter. Can they talk to each other?
No.
Yes. They will not talk to each other. Okay. Because there is no network there. Network means you should be able to reach to that. How you want to connect. Then only you will be able to access this. Okay. Now, can they talk VMNet 2 and VMNet 4 using VMNet 2? Okay. This, can they talk to each other?
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Correct. Okay. So now I am configuring here one more IP address. Okay. This is my. So I have configured only with this IP address now. 172.16.2.5. Okay. So now I have configured this one also. Okay. 172.16.2.11. Okay. Now which VMs can talk to each other? So you have only VMNet 5 here. Okay. You don't have any other adapters. Now which one will talk to each other?
Sir, VM2, VM4.
VM1
VM1 and VM1 and
4.
Oh, sir. Sorry,
Yeah.
sir. VM1 or VM4.
Because you are having the same. Okay, that is why you are able to talk to each other. Okay, let's say I will take one diagram here. Okay, same diagram. Okay, so I will extend this here. This is one VM. Okay, this is one VM. So we will stick to only 4 VMs. Okay. So I have NIC cards here. 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So here I am using 1, 2. Okay. Here I am using 2 NIC cards. Okay. So this is VMNet 2. This is VMNet 3. Okay. This is VMNet 4. Okay. So I have VMNet 3 here, VMNet 2 here, and VMNet 4 here. Okay. Now you tell me which one will talk to each other. Okay, I want the logic here. Okay, so let's say I want the black color. Okay, for VMNet 2. Okay, so you tell me this is VM1. Okay, this is 2. This will be 3 and this will be 4. Okay, so VM1 will talk to which one using VMNet 2?
Sir, VM4.
Okay. Okay. So this is the traffic for black color. Okay. So now I am using red color now. Okay. So now VMNet 3, which will access VMNet 3?
Sir, VMNet 3 also.
Huh?
Sir, VMNet 3, connect VMNet 3.
Okay. VMNet 4?
Sir, 2, sir, VMNet 2.
Okay. Now, okay. Now there is one tricky question here. Okay. Now, okay. Question is VM1 will talk to which VM here? Whether it will talk to VM2. Okay. Let me take this. Okay. This is VM2. Okay. This is VM3. Okay. This is VM4. Okay. VM1 will talk to which VM? Which VMs here? So I am talking about the virtual machine. Okay. I am not talking about the adapters now. Okay. So VM1 will talk to which VMs now? You tell me the answer now.
Sir, VM1 connected every VM, sir. Actually,
Okay. How it connected?
sir, because first VM1 connected to VM2, which one connected VM4. Then VM3 also connected VNet 3 also, sir. Then
Yeah.
VM4 also connected VM4.
Yes.
So every connected each other.
Okay. Okay. Now you tell me whether they can have the communication here. VMNet and VMNet 3, can they talk to each other?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, then MIG cards are different. VMNet 4 and VMNet.
So the networks are configured differently because you cannot reach to that. Okay. Now VMNet 3 or VMNet 4, they can talk to each other. Can they talk to each other?
No. No, sir. No, sir.
No. Okay. VMNet 2 and VMNet 4? Can they talk now?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So now let's say, okay, what I will do it here now. I will put it here. VNet, VMNet 2 here, adapter. I will keep this. Okay. Now they can speak. Which VMs can they talk? Let's say VM2. Okay. So anyways, this it can speak to this. Okay. Now VM2 can speak to VMNet 4 here. Okay, this is also done. This is already there. So by adding VMNet 2 here, what you are making the change here?
So VM1, VM2 and VM4 are connected.
Okay, yeah, that is done. Okay, first exercise. So now I added one more NIC card here. Now you can talk to which VM now?
VM2 to VM4 also.
Huh?
VM2 to VM4 sir.
You are connected now here. Okay. Can you talk to VM3 here?
No sir.
Okay. Okay. So let's say now you connected here one more NIC card here. VMNet 3 here. Okay. So now this VM can talk to which one now?
VM3, sir.
It can talk to VM3 here. So this will talk only if you have VMNet 3. Okay. So this will speak to VM1 and this will speak to VM4 because they have that only this NIC card here, network. So in our example, okay, if we go in our example, so our VMNet, this Dev VM is having only one NIC card here, okay, and Dev production is having the two NIC cards here, okay. So let's say if they are both connected here, okay, this is in same network. So this network is going for outside the internet. So here you have configured the internet gateway. Let's say you configured internet gateway on this NIC card. Okay. So this VM will go outside, but this will not go outside because you have configured only one NIC card here. So now you got it, the point logic here. Logic is simple here, okay. You have only one NIC card here, you have two NIC cards here, that's it, okay. So in this way, okay, so instead of adding one more NIC card here, so let's say you are having two NIC cards here, let's say the example here, so the same example we will go. So once you get added here, then it try to connect it here. So after adding VMNet 3, it started connecting, right, to this VM. That's what you told, right? Okay. Once you added the NIC card, it connected to this VM. Okay. Similarly, here you want to access it, then you need to have a transit gateway here. Okay. Where is this? So in this diagram, okay. So if you want to access this both, okay, you don't need one more NIC card here, okay. You will just use the service here, transit gateway, so which will allow the two communication here. You understood now? So instead of adding one more NIC card here, you are adding just the transit gateway. So once you add a transit gateway, it will talk to each other. Now you let me know if you have understood or not. So the diagram is wrong here. There should be one more NIC card here. Then it will be clear for you. Okay. Let's say the diagram should be, okay. It should be like this. Okay. This is one NIC card. Okay. For this, it should be one NIC card and one more NIC card. It should be like this. this is your VMNet 2, this is your VMNet 2. They will talk to each other now. Okay. So if you are having this VMNet 3, okay, so let's say you are using this for going outside, okay, forwarding. So then you will use this, and for that connection you will be using. Okay. So in the transit gateway, if you want to access between these two networks, you will use the transit gateway. You just remember this, that's it. If there are two VPCs, okay, this is development and this is production, you will put one transit gateway. If you put transit gateway, then they can talk to each other, or else they will not reachable. So that's the concept here. Okay. All AWS will handle all the routing between this automatically. Okay. Once you put the transit gateway. Now I will remove this, all I will erase this. Okay. Now we will have a question here. Okay. All we done it. Now we will see the questions here. What are the questions we erase? Okay. Let's say if we add a third network here. Okay. Test. Okay. Let's say if we add one third network called test, what do we do? Okay. Let's say you want to add one more test network here. Let's say I will add it here. So you already have one NIC card here. Okay. So this is one NIC card here, VMNet 2. Okay. This is your VMNet 2 here. Okay. And then this is your VMNet 3. Okay. This is your VMNet 3. Okay. Let's say you are adding the VMNet 4 here on this VMNet 4. Okay. So now you are adding one more here, VPCC here. So once you added this here, okay, so this will automatically get the VPC traffic here. Automatically these three will talk to each other. Okay. Again, this will also talk to this one. So you are using the transit gateway here. Okay. So you focus on the VPC, okay, you don't go with the VMware because you have not used at all the networking concepts in VMware. So how you will be doing two VMs, then how they talk to each other, why you are using NAT gateway, then why you are using bridged adapter, host only adapter. So you are not clear on that, that is why this is confusing you. Okay. You just stick to the VPC concepts here. Okay. So if you add one more VPC here, let's say VPC 4. So if you want to talk to this, you cannot talk. Okay. VPC will be your separate cloud. Okay. So what you will do, you will put one configure the transit gateway here. Once you configure transit gateway, whatever is configured for this transit gateway, it will be allowed for you. Okay, that is how your uh, transit gateway will work. Got it? Transit gateway. You
Yes,
just
sir.
stick to the transit gateway. Okay, VMware concept not required. Okay, when you do the lab, you just do it for the VMs. Okay, if you have done with lot of experiments with the VM, then this concept will work. Okay, if you have not configured the networks, VMNet 2, 3, 4, 5, it will not, it will make you complicated. Okay, you just stick to the VPC concept. Different VPC, if you have multiple VPCs, they will not talk to each other. By default, it will be blocked. Okay, so only if you required it, then only you will configure the transit gateway, or else you will not allow this transit gateway. Okay, so why you will configure a VPC A and VPC B? Okay, let's say VPC A is the development team. Okay, so they are doing the development work. So VPC B is your production. Okay, where your sales, users, all that, this is the business layer. Nobody should touch this. Okay, this is a dedicated for experiments. Okay, this should not be touched. That is why it is separated between each other. Okay, that is why you will be configuring the separate VPC for development and separate VPC for your um, production. Okay, so now you have something called security groups. Okay, security groups means, okay, let's say um, so AWS, what AWS will attach, okay, it will attach to a security groups directly to a virtual network cable, okay, ENI, before the traffic even reaches the operating system. Okay, in the Amazon portal itself, before the instance is created, it will create a security group and it will automatically attach it to the VM operating system. Okay, so in VMware workstation, okay, it is not like that. Okay, you have to configure that. So then only the traffic will come here. Okay, so we'll see the security groups later. Okay, so the VPC concept. Okay, I will open up now the VPC concepts document here. So this is what I was walking through, the supporting content. Okay, so VM internet gateway. Okay, it will represents the public internet. So this is used to access the public internet. Okay, public subnet. Okay, it will be the external, whatever you want to host it. Okay, like your bastion host or the load balancers, all that. So you will put this here. Okay, uh, we will open up our AWS document. Okay, so where you will have this concept here, AWS concept. So here now we will look here. Okay, we will stop the recording. Okay, I don't want to stop it. Let's continue it. Okay. Uh, So it's not opening. What happened? Okay. Okay. So now you see it here, your public subnet. So you have public subnet here. Okay. So you have private subnet here. Okay. You don't have, you have only public IP here. Okay. And private IP as well. So anyways, you will have a private IP address as well here. You are accessing the public instance, public IP. No public IP here. So if you are not giving any public IP, this will not be reachable to the internet here. Okay. So in reality, this is how it will work. There will be a router here, okay, which will take the traffic to the internet gateway. Okay. They have attached it to internet gateway here. Once you attach to internet gateway, so your traffic will be automatically routed to the internet here. Okay. Private IP range is local here. Okay. So it will not be reachable outside. If you want to reach, you need to access this public subnet and then you need to access the private subnet. That is the one concept. And then you have one more concept here. Okay. You have 1A here, 2A, 3A. Okay. 3A, I have configured this to corporate network. Okay. So my corporate network is connected to this private IP address. Okay. This I am using the direct connection here. Okay, which will be virtual private gateway. So if I am configuring using virtual private gateway, I can directly connect to this IP address, to the private IP address. I can directly connect if I am configuring using virtual private gateway, not with the internet gateway. So internet gateway is for the internet users or the business or the application wherever the business is coming. Okay. So now I am using this. This is my corporate network. So all my users will be accessing from this subnet. Okay. This is the separate subnet here. Okay. So I have a separate subnet here, 3A, private IP range 2A, and private IP address 1A here. Okay. So all you see it here, let's say this is the separate NIC cards here. You see it from a NIC card perspective. Okay. This is one NIC card, this is VMNET 3, this is VMNET 2, and this is VMNET 1. Okay. Then you will understand. So for VMNET 1, I have configured this to directly access my corporate network. Okay, I can access the corporate network. So these guys cannot access this. Okay, because these are the separate. This is VMNET 1 and this is VMNET 3 here. Okay, so this I have configured the internet gateway where I can go here, access the internet. Okay, here I cannot access the internet gateway. See, I have not attached the internet gateway here. This is one concept of subnets here. Okay. Then I will move. Okay. So let me know. Okay.